Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Simon here with another episode of Andor. To watch review episode number 3. First two episodes have been really good. A little bit slow, but that is not a complaint on my end, though it will inevitably for some people, I imagine. This is the episode where, as the early reviews have put it, things really start to kick in. And you can tell that there is a collision on its way. We have the corporate security forces on the lookout for Cassian. Cassian's probably very aware of it. The locals probably won't take too well to this foreign force coming in and probably bossing people around, and I imagine that there's going to be some resistance that might lead to, some trouble, which might lead to some violence, which might lead to some death. That's my thinking anyway. I'm also interested to see what's going to happen in the flashbacks. The flashbacks are slowly building to something. And, I'm wondering if Cassian maybe, goes inside that ship. Maybe he finds something, and that's what brings in the larger empire. Because from the trailer, we've seen a Star Destroyer in orbit of his home planet. So it's clear that they either come looking for the crashed ship, or something happens that brings their attention to the crashed ship. So, yeah, we're just going to jump straight in. So let's watch it. In fact, no, that's Separatist. That is the CIS. Why was I saying an Imperial design? It's CIS, quite clearly. I've had no sleep, and so my brain is, very much on the fritz. Strange, because that room's got a very Imperial design to it.
There's been a complication. I missed the window.
That's who she contacted.
More enforcement put out a bulletin.
That makes sense.
Someone meeting Cassian's description.
Yeah, those dropships. Although they look very much like the Republic dropships, they're for the corporation.
Are we satisfied?
Let's get that console unit.
Oh, this is another flashback.
Are you listening? It's safe.
Look at his fresh paint job.
Just get your mask off.
Oh. So this makes sense as to how they meet. He's ruining all of the expensive technology. See, I like the tie-ins and the way they make them look like the Republic dropships. Still ties you into that mindset of Republic frigate. It's a clever little subtle visual. There's some chunky boys here. Corporate fitness test, clearly not the most rigorous.
People who've just killed a Republic officer. It'll be open season here the moment that frigate lands.
The way they talk about the Republic as if it's the Empire. But I mean, this must be a few years before Order 66, like...
Are you back yet?
Oh, no. Talk about inopportune timing.
Andor?
He's gonna have to make a quick escape.
Don't.
Don't what?
He can take care of himself.
Who? How do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah. Oh dear.
What is going on?
I can't believe you do that.
You fucked up, buddy.
What did you do? Tim!
Walk their floors, spit in their food, take their gear.
Hmm.
The arrogance is remarkable, isn't it? They don't even think about us.
Hence their
I
downfall.
don't know you. Wouldn't be the first time, would it? Isn't that where they hung your father?
Oh. Uh-oh.
What is this? I came looking for something more, and I think I found it.
He's recruiting him. Uh-oh. Sounding the general alarm.
Bluff and bluster.
Not quite so sure. He's got his own blaster.
Take you the doors.
What is that?
I put slap charges on the doors.
What? When?
Oh.
Rule number 2. Build
Yeah.
your exit on your way in. Brace yourself.
Wow.
Let's go.
The box! We left the box!
No!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
Cover me! Forget the box!
He's gonna get it. Oh! Oh, ow. Come on, hurry up! Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a good set piece for a fight.
What if it's just one guy left?
That wouldn't come here with only 4.
Jesus Christ, they're lucky that guy has no aim.
We're on North Stairs Lane. She's bleeding! I'm telling you to stop!
You regretting your decisions now, buddy? That is not going to go down well with the locals.
What's going on up there? I need eyes in the air now!
You could have stunned him.
Stand by.
Ooh. Oh, Jesus, why are you just randomly shooting?
You wanted
Oh,
to
what did he
stop,
do to the
it
pod?
just keeps coming.
I told you to shut up!
He's taken something from the pod, or he's placed something in there. Either way, that pod ain't going any well. It's probably going to crash. Oh, buddy.
Drop the weapon.
Are we ready for some fireworks? That is very clever. Very clever indeed. Swearing in Star Wars. Ooh, I'm get the feeling they're not in there. They're in the other one. That's a distraction. Ah. Kaboom! And he realizes what a cock up he has made here. He was told to leave it, treat it as an accident, and now there are several dead soldiers because of his incompetence. I think she knows that he's gone. She'll probably never see him again. Oh, that's the ship. That's the ship that he was living in. So yeah, the third episode definitely picked up a little bit. Really enjoyed this kind of introduction to the show, these first 3 episodes. I don't know why I didn't immediately recognize the separatist symbol in the last episode and thought it was the Imperial symbol. I'm operating on like 2 hours sleep, so my brain no work so good. So yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting the flashback to go that way. I never imagined him being separated in that manner. I imagined like there being some kind of a force arrive, slaughter the locals, and you know, he gets separated from his sister that way. As it turns out, you know, he was rescued by or let's say rescued, and it's weird. It's kind of like, yes, their intention was to rescue him from his point of view. It's kind of like he's been abducted. You know, he's been taken away from his home, his sister. And I can only assume that the events afterwards, after he leaves, causes the destruction of his home village. You know, again, the Republic. It's strange to hear them talk about the Republic in a way that you don't expect, because we have to remember this is clearly during the Clone Wars. Order 66 hasn't happened yet. It's probably very close to it, but them talking about the Republic, you know, if you've watched the Clone Wars, the series, you know, the Republic is positioned very much as the good guys up until Order 66, and that's why I think Order 66 is such a harsh thing to take, because the clones have always been put forward as the protectors of the innocent, you know, the good guys. And so to see them talk about the Republic like the Empire, you know, they're going to come down and kill anyone who's been involved here, especially when that ship seemed to be a separatist ship, is very strange, you know. But I think it's alluding to the harsh realities that we've not necessarily you know, been let in on. You know, the Republic clearly wasn't a black and white good guy. You know, obviously we know that the purpose behind the war, there was more to it. It was being driven by evil. And so I guess that it does lead to assume that there are elements of evil within that, you know, Republic, even before Order 66. But like I say, that mining accident I'm feeling comes after those flashbacks. Probably is something that happens, you know, i.e. the entire population gets wiped out. Somehow his sister must survive, you know, because that's who he's searching for. But I like this. I like the idea that, you know, he's being recruited because he's clearly picked up a reputation for being able to do things that others can't. And his descriptions of how, you know, he just walks in and takes stuff because the Empire has become supremely arrogant, you know, resonates really well with the idea of their downfall. You know, the security force, I think what this episode really depicts well is the fact that the reason the Empire struggled, especially to take control of some of the outer systems, is because of the inability to control the local populations. You know, you look at the way that this small security force really struggled to enforce any kind of authority on this small town. And that's going to be the same throughout. Areas where Imperial propaganda doesn't reach, you know, where it truly becomes an Imperial colonization scheme, you know, where the locals are not buying into their new overlords, it becomes a very difficult situation because guerrilla warfare ensues, local resistances pop up, and, you know, it becomes a very violent and bloody affair. And this is kind of, I think, taking us on those first steps to showing that. It's just not using the Empire, which I think is a very clever thing to do. It's not, again, it's not directly tying into Star Wars itself. It's not giving you that typical rebellion versus Empire. We're getting a small resistance versus, you know, a corporate security force. In essence, they represent the sort of worst of the Empire and the best of the rebellion in their infancy, as it were. So there is still that kind of proxy war going on, but it's, you know, done in a way that it feels refreshing. You know, we didn't go to Tatooine. We haven't seen a TIE fighter or a stormtrooper, you know, or an X-wing. You know, it's like, it's refreshing just to see a setting that feels realistic with the vibes of Star Wars, but has those larger political, you know, meanings. It's got that political kind of intrigue, and, you know, it's slowly kind of built and built and built and pushed to this point now where, you know, things are starting to happen. And now episode 4, we can start to move forward with finding out about the larger rebellion as it's organized right now, presumably getting to see some of Mon Mothma. I know that probably a lot of people are excited for the Coruscant scenes. I am as well. I think they did well to hold that off until later episodes, because again, people will tune in to see that kind of stuff. So if you give it to them too early, they'll zone out, I think, what they really need to be paying attention to, which is Cassian, which is, you know, this situation of his upbringing and where he is right now. And so again, I think it's a smart story choice to let them, you know, push Coruscant and the Empire and that to the back of the show, and just let these 3 episodes be what they are. And I think the choice to have the 3 episodes in the premiere is really good, because again, we've been given sort of a mini arc here. We've been given the story of how Cassian is recruited by the rebellion. That's those first 3 episodes. If it had been just the first 2, that arc isn't complete, and you're kind of left sort of thinking, okay, it's good, but it's not really giving me what I really am looking for. This 3rd episode, now it's starting to give me some of the things I'm looking for. So, smart decision. Although I don't appreciate the delay, I think they did well to release 3 episodes in one go. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next one.